You know I like really hate beaches, right?
Yeah, well,
Like you were like, ooh, beaches because it's a happy place. But
but
for
come,
me,
but
it's
but come on, Marky. It's I like the sand between my cheeks.
yeah. Do you like sand in everything that you own for the next fucking 3 years?
Yeah, it kind of reminds me every time I took a little bit of the beach with me. You know? The only place I think I don't want sand is in my mouth, my eyes, my nose, my ears, and my pee hole, and in my butt. But like
Have you ever
in
had it
between the
in your
cheeks is
butt?
fine. In between the cheeks is fine.
I
No,
mean,
I just don't want to even imagine that.
I guess
It's
I've
just,
like felt it in my balls. It's not a good
yeah,
time.
it's not. But I mean, I'll live. You know. I do not like being in the ocean very long.
I mean,
I like doing ocean shit, but I don't like being in it
Why not?
because like
Oops.
the salt. Ugh.
Oh, so you don't like the salt, but you're fine with the sand.
Yeah.
So
There's freshwater beaches.
Yeah.
that's
exactly.
fair.
Oh yeah. I mean, we grew
Erie.
up Erie. Yeah.
Erie is like the fucking worst of everything. You can't fucking get hermit crabs in the water, and you have to be so fucking covered in goddamn sand.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. I hate it.
You sound like Anakin Skywalker.
Just a little everything.
I hate this sand. It just gets everywhere. Like motherfucker,
All right,
act
look.
like you
I grew up
didn't get used to it.
in
You know?
Southeast Texas, pretty close to the beach. Wasn't a big fan. Went to basic training on a place called Sand Hill. If you need to guess what Sand Hill has a lot of, then you probably shouldn't listen to the podcast because
We have nothing here for you. No knowledge will be passed. I'm waving my hand like a Jedi.
for 6 months after basic training, I still had sand everywhere.
I recall you bitching about that because that's about
Everywhere.
when we met. Well, that's about when we met. I do remember that. That's wild.
And then you're at the beach, you're covered in sand and salt water, roasting in the fucking sun.
Mhm.
The one time when I was a child, I was like, playing in the beach, and my sister was there with her boyfriend, and I'm like, ooh, and I'm playing, and I grab what I think is her leg, and I pull it up, and it's a fucking jellyfish. A big fucking jellyfish. You know what happened next, Nick? I got fucking stung. It did not feel very good. I've been bit by crabs. I've been
Just
buried
like
in the
laying there?
sand, unwillingly
buried in the
sand.
The beach episode was a great idea.
When I do go to the beach, if it doesn't have a shower, you will not see me on the sand or near the water. And then I literally take like 8 showers a day.
So, like, my protocol for when I go, I do feel you about the annoyance of sand, if I am being realistic.
I will go to the beach, though.
I do like going to nice-ass beaches in
Mhm.
various places, because they usually have those really nice
I like the pretty
shower
girls.
things. Well, yeah, but, I mean, I'm usually
Port Royal,
taking...
South Carolina.
Yeah, right?
Rich people beaches.
Mm.
They're beautiful.
See, I've been, there's, what is it, the North Shore at Myrtle? Is
Yeah.
like the rich beaches and what? God, I can't think of the name. Like they have some really nice beaches out in like South Carolina and Delaware and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I actually do. I don't like hate the beach. I just hate sand, and I hate the salt water. And also, my dad used to make me go, like pier fishing, like deep water fishing a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And that was cool. I loved it. But he made me take
Hold
the
the
cast
flashlight.
net, catch the mullet, cut the mullet up, and use it as chum bait. So I had to get my nasty hands and just
Yeah.
and it would stay there for days. Some of my fondest memories are with my dad at the beach fishing. Actually, one of my favorite memories.
Cool.
Here's some happy stuff. My favorite memory.
That's
probably
pretty cool.
One of the last times my brother, my dad, and I were together.
Aww.
He had his Camaro.
Ooh.
We parked it on the beach. We hung out at the beach all day.
That's really
And I remember
awesome.
the sun setting and the wind's blowing and it feels wonderful outside and it's just kind of like
That's
real
the
pretty.
beach.
And
It's summertime,
the
bro.
song "Creep" by
Yeah.
Radiohead's playing on the radio, and I was like happy, and it was like great. It's one of my favorite memories. Like that specific memory, while that song was playing, it's one of my favorite songs because of that.
Yeah, that's
And
cool.
that is like one of the only happy beach memories I have, though.
Well, there you go. Well, you don't have to have like a ton.
But the beach is fun.
Yeah,
the beach
is
is fun.
fun. We'll have to go to the beach.
I mean, you're gonna
A weird
watch me be
beach.
a little bitch about it the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's fine.
I'm like,
it'll be like our little promo video, except or a promo picture that's gonna be accompanied
I
with
just
this.
got sand on my vagina.
That's what
You know.
whatever.
Now
We'll bring
that's
good
why
food.
you don't have sex on the beach.
Yes.
Okay, I have a
Yeah.
question now. Have you had sand in your vagina?
Yeah, duh. Who hasn't had sex on the beach?
Yeah,
I'm just
right.
letting you know, like, that's
Me?
why you shouldn't.
Why? Are you
Why the fuck would you want
he
to
hit
have
the microphone
sex
to raise his
on the
hand.
beach where you get fucking sand in your butthole and your penis hole and your vagina everywhere the fuck you can think of?
Well,
Why would you do that?
Technically, it was on his hand, and that's how
had
it
sex on
transferred
his
because it was
hand?
against a car in a parking lot.
You had sex on his hand at the beach.
Finger
No,
bang on
like
the
he
beach.
put his hand inside
That
of me.
had salt
Yeah.
or sand in it.
Sandy vagina.
Yeah, because
See, and you weren't pissed about that? Sand
I
is
was pissed.
fucking terrible. Fuck sand. You know
Sand
what? Okay, I like beaches. Beaches are cool.
We
Fuck
have
sand.
We have been to a beach. We have been to a beach where the sand was like really large granules and it sucked. Like
Any
it was
sand.
like rock.
Just any
basically.
sand is fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Bring me to the beach where it's like fucking paved all the way to the fucking
There are beaches
shoreline.
like that.
No, I'm
Oh,
kidding. I
yeah.
wouldn't like that because it would get so fucking hot. That's another thing. You fucking walk on the beach with bare feet and you fucking burn the shit out of yourself.
That depends where you are.
I'm sorry. Well, Southeast Texas is
Yeah.
hot as fuck.
Yeah, you grew up on fucking Tatooine. We get it. There's a lot of parallels between you and Anakin Skywalker. Just like you weren't successful at losing an arm.
I'm
once.
also a whiny bitch.
Yeah, you weren't successful at losing your arm. You don't have a Count Dooku to fucking behead, unfortunately yet. Like, chill.
I'm sure I could find one.
Mustafar's coming. I'll set you on fire eventually, whether it's a pyre or.
Well, this is Mark.
And this is Nick.
And I'm Z.
And
She
this is
finally did it.
I
I'm
was about
so
to say the
proud
whole
of
fucking
you.
thing. She was good time too.
And this is
the Guns and Gory podcast. The beach episode. Hey, Guns and Gory.
Shut the fuck up!
So one of my goofiest memories as a child on a beach is going up to New Hampshire, and I had a hot dog and a seagull that I didn't know how to pronounce seagull, so I referred to them as chicken bones. Stole the meat out of the bun,
Seagulls are assholes.
and I started fucking chasing this thing.
I have a seagull story. There was
have
a
a seagull?
video. There was a video.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is actually at the beach. I was in Galveston. This was probably like 8 to 10 years ago. And my little sister, I think it was like my little sister and like my niece, they had Cheetos and they were eating them, and these birds kept trying to gang up on them.
Oh, yeah.
So like, I'm like, oh my shit, oh fuck, give me those, and I snatched them out of their hands, and I pulled one out, and I just held it above my head, and I like waited for them to start crowding, and I just started running across the parking lot while singing, and I ran so far away by like the
Seagulls,
Gulf, yeah,
Flock of seagulls.
fuck seagulls, and that like seriously, dude, it was a video, and my ex-girlfriend had it on her Facebook and then it disappeared.
Damn.
You can hear my mom in the background, Mikey, stop it!
Oh, that's The promo picture for this episode, that's what I'm feeling. Your mom might make it.
Dude, it was a real big fucking flock of seagulls after my ass. Like, I was actually, like, after I'm, like, running and, like, you know, singing the song, I look back and I'm like, oh, fuck! Like, I thought I was gonna die.
That's appropriate. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I never gave them that fucking Cheeto.
Fuck them.
Fuck them.
Chicken beds.
Mm-hmm.
That was the end of mine, is me yelling at them. Chicken beds! I went after this fucking
People
bird.
in Texas, I've known or heard of them, like on the ferry, they'll feed them like Alka-Seltzer and they just blow up.
Yep, their stomach can't
Little
handle
shitholes. They fucking deserve it.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean,
The rats in
no
the sky.
animal deserve to die. Except for cows, I like to eat those things.
Well, apparently, gun fact. So you've heard of the puckle gun, right? Or no, wait, no, I'm getting that wrong. It's not the puckle gun. Fuck, what were those called? They were big shotguns, real big gauge. Shotguns.
Oh, are you talking about like the real tall ones?
Yeah, it took
I know
two
what you're
dudes to
talking
shoot,
about.
one
Yeah.
one to be in the front, one to be like.
Yeah, I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, I forget what they're called too, but that we used to like mass shoot at like particular breeds of birds, and there are a lot of birds on the extinction list because of Americans shooting them all because they were such a nuisance. Well, some of them were a nuisance.
Punt gun?
Punt gun, yep, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. Those were. It's a really weird part of our history, and
That's such a weird.
I'm ashamed of it all because it's like, did we really have to? Like,
No.
I know like starlings are assholes. Like, I get the whole sportsmanship and like preservation parts of things. Like, we got to have some kind of control over the ecosystem, and like the starlings are a problem. So that's why you have like videos on YouTube of dudes just like slaughtering starlings with pellet guns. I used to watch that dude a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know, his videos were just really good, and I just stopped watching, unfortunately.
How does this have to do with the beach, Nick?
The beach? Well,
Yeah.
do you ever take BB guns to the beach?
No.
Do you ever take real guns to the beach?
Sadly, no.
You know what's really awesome about taking real guns to the beach?
You get to shoot them.
Yeah. And
Is it illegal to shoot a gun on a beach? I mean, I guess it would
sure,
be
certain beaches.
like
the beach I
situational.
did. I'm not entirely
Do you
sure.
care?
I don't.
No.
No, it was so far out. But no one cared. Like, no one cared. But the thing is the beach is loud.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like, right, there's constantly sound, like, so a firearm going off it sounds weird when you're at the beach. I'll say that.
I'm sure. Yeah.
People who have done it know what I'm talking about. You know, because of the crashing of the waves and stuff like that. You can't. It's a very different sound. Shooting any guns at the beach.
You know what's fun?
What?
Did you know that when you get stung by a jellyfish, usually it comes with somebody peeing on you?
Yeah, I've heard that, but is it true?
I mean, it's supposed to like neutralize the. I've been peed on.
I mean,
Sting.
yeah.
Yeah, it's neutralized the sting.
The sting.
I have been peed on because of a sting.
Who peed on you? Was it Micah? Please tell me Micah peed on you.
No,
Please.
I don't remember.
Fuck. Oh, I hope your brother peed on you sometime in your life so bad.
We used to go and
trying
stay
to
at my
think.
grandma's house. And she lived, like, literally, like, from me to, like, my car from the beach.
Oh.
And we would go all the time.
Yeah.
And then, you know, my sisters would, like, try to drown me and, like,
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff. I used to go, I've actually talked about it before. I used to go not camping. I used to go crabbing with my aunt, like, every Sunday or something like that.
That's pretty
A
cool.
lot of fun. I learned how to do a lot of stuff, you know, like, well, I was at South Carolina one time, and my one friend, she's like, oh, I want to get a hermit crab. I'm like, dude, don't waste your fucking money. She's like, what? I really want one. I'm like, dude, just shut the fuck up, and I will be right back. And I went out in the water, and then I just fucking go under, pick one up, bring it back to her, and I'm like, here you go. And she's just like, what? Like, she was in shock.
That's pretty cool.
And I grew up doing stuff like that. So, like,
Yeah.
you know.
See, I grew up not at the beach, but my family owned the boat docks in Bridgewater and like on the Rochester side. You know what I'm talking about? Like at various points, I guess. I think over time, like they bought a bunch of it.
Yeah.
And then over time, they just cut so many of it off. And like my one of my great uncles was the last owner of one of them, and I think now it's all in private hands or something. So, but it was cool. I grew up down there while we still owned some of it. So like
that would be cool.
I grew up on like my.
So you grew up on boats and shit?
Mm-hmm.
See, I didn't really grow up on boats.
Yeah, I'm good at boats, but like I don't know. My uncle gave me a really fucked up perspective, and it kind of gave me that that terror of deep water because as soon as like this dude, they lived on a houseboat.
Yeah,
they never had a regular house.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, but his houseboat was like decked out.
Yeah.
And,
I've seen some pretty.
But it was all custom too. Like their bedroom was like underneath the whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
it's
it's
so
not
neat.
like just a trailer with pontoons on it.
Right,
or whatever.
right. Oh no, this thing was badass. And he'd take it all over the place because he was a barge captain. Right, he still is. And he told me one time recently, he goes, "Oh, I'm terrified of the water. Everything, all the animals that are bigger than me, because he's like a shorter guy, but he goes, all the things that are bigger than me in the rivers are terrifying. All of the things that are bigger than me in the ocean are terrifying. The deep water, because I guess there's I don't know the details to this, so I don't talk about it a whole lot. But my great grandfather, he was in the Navy during World War II, and they took some military boat that was not for ocean crossing, and they crossed the Pacific Ocean with it.
Was like one of them like little drop ships they used at Normandy or something.
Or no, the Atlantic Ocean with it, not the Pacific.
You know what I'm talking about? Was it like one of those? Like where they just brought them onto the beach and dropped the fucking doors?
It was like a
because I know those are definitely not
like
meant to.
tugboat.
Oh shit! So
I don't know a lot of shit about boats. Like, I'm like one of those. If somebody if we were on a boat sometime, I don't care like as long as it was like a reasonable size. I'm not saying a fucking yacht or something like that, but like a small yacht maybe. But if somebody like died, it was like the captain died. Does anybody know how to drive a boat? I'm gonna be like I'll definitely be the first motherfucker to be like, where's the steering wheel? Like,
my dad used to pilot a shrimp boat.
Oh, that's cool.
I remember going on it when I was like 4.
Did he know Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Oh, the timing works perfectly with that. Oh, that's great.
Yep, they were best friends.
Yeah,
they sucked each other's dicks.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far with it. Damn.
I mean, my dad let him suck him off.
What if your dad was still alive and one of his jokes was that he knew Forrest Gump?
I mean, that would track because
they didn't shrimp shit.
My dad was a big dork, man.
Yeah.
He listened to Creed, and then I was like, oh.
Oh, he listened to Creed and drove Camaros. Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I do too. My mom told me I'm never allowed to have one.
Well, I remember she freaked out when I got mine.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. And then remember it died in your driveway.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my fuel pump went in his driveway.
That's because it's a Chevy.
Yeah. Right. I think Z's trying to talk, but she's also trying to sneak.
She's gonna tell you about the glory of the beach.
Yeah.
Or bitches.
Anyway, so that's the Camaro that I cleaned before I knew you.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The green one, Danny Champion.
Yeah.
Or Danny Champion had it, or you bought it off
I bought it from him, yeah. So, I almost bought a second one off him. I'm glad I didn't.
So, no, it was a friend of his was fucking a friend of mine. And she was like, come meet this dude over in New Brighton. So I was like, Mom, Ella's asleep. Like, we're going to run over to New Brighton. And she was like, okay. So we run over or whatever. And I meet this guy outside his house. And he had like a party going on or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like, he was like, come jump in my friend's car. Let's go somewhere. We ran up like the hill or whatever to hang out for a little bit with Kelsey. And then we came back. And like, while I'm sitting in the car, there's just clothes just all over the back of the car. So I start folding the clothes because I was like, this is so weird. Oh. It's not even his car. Like, why are we in this?
No.
And so I folded all the clothes and like cleaned up the whole back seat as much as I could. And then like we get out.
So
and
you
he, like,
came all over Nick's vehicle, but it wasn't Nick.
No.
No.
And then we get back to his house and get out, and like we're like, well, we gotta get home. Like it's like 1-2 a.m. We're like, we gotta bounce. Like he's like, oh well, you could come in. Like I got people over, and we're like, no. Like I was like, I got a baby, I got a job, I gotta get home, and then we fucking left, and come to find out that Nick was inside.
Yeah, you were most likely in there with me.
Really?
In that house. Yeah, that house doesn't exist anymore. The friend that we were hanging out with at the other end of town.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, me and you were probably in that house right next to her.
Dude, yeah, man.
Yeah, and Jessica.
Was there a lot.
And Jessica, yep.
For a long
Like, seriously, think about what she's saying is he left and went
So
off
wait,
and had this adventure with my
Was
car.
it Nate?
Huh?
Was it him?
His peeps pierced.
Yeah, that's how this was all figured out.
So
yeah,
it
our
is-
first date.
Yep.
Because I went,
'cause it was
I know a
always either
dude that
Nate
has his
or
peep
him.
pierced.
Yep.
They used to share girls a lot.
Yeah.
That was real cute.
Ew.
Not really.
And then, first date, I make that statement. I was like, yeah, no, the dude had it pierced like this, not like this or whatever.
And I was like, wait a minute.
And he was like, did you sleep? And I was like, nah, my friend did. And he
And
was
then we
like,
put
what's
all
his
this
name?
I can't.
So she's been in my
That's
car
annoying.
before I was in her.
I can't really want, like, oh my god. Why would you want to pierce your wiener?
I think that might be a new text message ringtone. How we were talking about that? How it's now, hey.
I mean, there's fucking motherfuckers that have, like,
oh, what that?
bars all the way down like it's a fucking ladder up their dick or something.
Like a
I
red
just
condom for her pleasure, but he doesn't know
let's
how to use
gauge
it, so it
my
doesn't
fucking
matter.
dick.
Ow! Ooh,
It's
gauging,
not big,
no.
so I'm gonna make it big in some
ooh.
way.
Listen, here's the thing about gauging. No. The piercing of the peep, I get that.
Oh yeah, you'd
But
be like, ooh,
no. Just a simple one, whatever. Like, if a guy wants that, fine. But the second you start making that hole bigger, oh no.
Dude,
no.
listen, I don't want to be
for the clit,
like
too.
go to the fucking gym and you just hear a fucking jingle for no fucking
Jingle,
reason.
jangle.
You're on the
Like
fucking
change
treadmill,
in your pocket.
and beside you, yeah, you're like, hey man, you got like change in your pocket or something? Like, no,
Like
it's
an
just
old
their
fashioned
dick.
satchel of money.
Or like,
Oh
or like the girls' vaginas just fucking clacking together.
Oh no,
'Cause,
that
you know,
would be
they-
terrible.
Like, but
well, there's
you-
definitely strippers out there, like
There's-
the
it's
girls that
gotta
make their
happen,
ass
right?
clap. They definitely, if they work
Does it
out
jingle?
and all that claps.
It
it's
has to
gonna be weird.
jingle
It's
if
gotta
you
be
got
weird.
enough, and it's metal. That fucking jingles.
Oh yeah. That would
So
drive
if you're
me-
ever like on a treadmill or working out and you hear this weird jingle beside you, just ignore it.
no,
just
don't ignore
pretend
it.
it
Ask the
didn't-
person next to
Oh
you.
yeah,
if they've
hey,
got
can
their
I
junk
see your
pierced.
piercing?
Just ask the person next to you. Do you got your junk pierced? Is that the jingle I'm hearing?
You have
Hey,
to say
ooh.
wiener.
No, I'd say junk because
I
I'd
say
say
wiener.
I'd say it to man or a woman.
That's
or
my
that
favorite.
sound of a tongue
like, what do you-
piercing against teeth.
What is your
Ew,
favorite?
That's nasty. No, wait, hold on.
Ew.
When girls do that and they talk, and guys do
Oh,
it too,
yeah.
but I notice it. a
No,
lot
you
more
know what
girls.
used to drive me insane when girls had their tongue pierced and they'd like, and like,
and play with it.
mhm.
That's why I had to switch from not metal ones when I had
You
my
know
tongue
what, though?
pierced. I gauged my tongue.
Your tongue being pierced doesn't seem to have an effect on how well you suck dick. You still suck.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
Like,
talking about
well,
me?
like, no,
Oh.
like,
I was gonna say no.
It was the same the other way around,
like if
man.
you suck,
It's all about skill.
you're
Right.
you're,
Oh,
you're
I had
still
didn't-
gonna suck.
I don't think I needed it.
And
I
there's
just
so
wanted-
many women.
I just wanted a piercing that somebody.
I'm telling you,
couldn't rip off
man.
my side
I'm
of my
telling
head.
you. So men are gonna tell a woman almost every time, yeah, you're the best I've ever had at sucking dick.
Because you're touching it
Because
right now. Like,
yeah,
Yeah, 'cause
they
you're
don't
the
want
one,
you to
'cause it's
stop.
in your hands.
I mean, obviously you're gonna have the
No. You
the
know what?
few, like my stupid ass will be like, nah, you
I
kinda
have to
suck.
play devil's advocate. I know that there's guys that both you and I have their phone numbers in our phones that probably think that it's okay to look at a girl mid shaft and say you could be doing better.
No, I would
And
never
I'm
say
telling
that in
you,
purpose,
I'm
like
telling
in
you.
person. But
I'd
if-
be terrified.
at the end, if they were like, so, like, or they're like, yeah, I'm amazing. I'll tell you the fucking truth. Like,
my
well,
goal is, did you come? I don't care about
I
anything
mean,
else.
nah, that's true.
I
That's
do my
true.
best, okay?
Apparently
if
we're a
you
sex
come,
show
you come,
now.
then we win. That's it.
And I mean, that's always the goal, is to come.
And there's no wincing. I will admit the wincing I check
Wincing?
for.
'Cause
Oh
it
yeah.
hurts. What?
No, I get what she's saying. Yeah.
Like if it's too teethy.
Oh yeah.
Like
Sometimes
some
that
dudes
happens,
like
though.
it, but some
But
don't. So, like you
sometimes
gotta
it
like
just
look for the
happens, like,
wince.
You know, if you have a thicker wiener and like they have a shallow mouth,
This is one of those
there's
things.
not much you can do about it.
I
But
s-
honestly, so like Nick, do you like blowjobs or would you rather sex? I mean, some people are like real into blowjobs.
I'm.
Like, would you take a
It's
blowjob and just take the
circumstantial.
full blowjob,
It's
or would you like
circumstantial.
be like, I want to have sex?
It depends. It all depends.
I would
It's
rather
all
have sex.
circumstantial.
I would rather have sex.
Yeah.
You can start sucking on my wiener, but then I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna be inside of you now, and then that's gonna be the best or worst 3 seconds of your life.
It's the least amount of mess. So.
I knew it was coming. I was
I
waiting
couldn't
for
help it. I mean, okay, it's more like 18 seconds, but like, same thing. This isn't beaches. Do you come at beaches? Have you ever come at a beach, Nick?
Yes.
You've come at a beach.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not telling you that.
So you were having sex?
There's the line.
Did you fuck like a dolphin or something?
No.
Like,
Oh my god.
I mean, you've talked about fucking dolphins
no,
before. So
that's a girl that talked about fucking dolphins. Talked to
yeah.
me and about her fucking her wanting to fuck
okay.
dolphins. That's how that conversation went. I was an unwilling participant.
of coming at the beach
in that conversation.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were unwilling of coming at the beach. I mean, my brain hurts now.
Yeah.
I need a break.
You need a break.
We're gonna go on a break.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a shitty commercial.
Shitty commercial time.
Can you imagine going out into public again and ugly children not pointing and laughing at you? Can you imagine going to the lake, dipping your feet in the water, and people finally not running for the shore? Do your ankles affect your daily life to the point that it isn't enjoyable? Tired of wearing pants to hide those ankles in the middle of summer? Try our new treatment with all the rave 5 out of 6 pediatricians everywhere. Erectol can finally be you again.
Erectol. Must take 10 daily injections under each toenail to be effective. Studies suggest that any use of Erectol may lead to early onset dementia, heart disease, and extreme bouts of diarrhea. Do not use if you drink water, eat meat, or masturbate more than once a week. Consult a physician if any hallucinations last longer than 72 hours after taking Erectol.
Do we have to talk about beaches anymore?
Oh, why?
I keep thinking about the sand and like when it's like stuck to your taint and you're just trying to like wash it and it's like glass just making fucking like
two
cuts.
guys, like one guy, one cup.
Like
kind
you're
of thing.
getting razor burn on your taint because there's sand.
Yeah, I think you need to talk to a professional about the.
That's not
the
a
abuse
normal.
at the
Wait,
beach. Anyway,
that's not a normal thing.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I was just kidding.
Well, how about we talk about camping?
Man, I fucking hate camping even more! Listen, I went camping at Erie a couple years ago because my ex-girlfriend thought it was a fucking great idea for a family fucking camping trip. You know what I did? I spent most of the time in the air-conditioned bathroom because it was fucking hot as balls and I couldn't fucking move without sweat and bugs and everything the fuck else. I don't understand how my parents fucking did that with 4 fucking kids every fucking year. It's fucking absurd. Why the fuck would you want to go camping, Nick?
Me and you have had great camping adventures.
We were young. We had adults doing everything for us.
No,
all we had to do was sit there and cut some goddamn wood or something.
Yeah, see, we did some stuff.
All of it together.
Do you remember?
It's fucking terrible.
Do you remember
it's
taking
not
a bath
vacation.
together, Mark?
It is not a fucking vacation.
It's not. So I see why some people like it.
I mean, okay, I do like, well, I don't sound like it. I like camping, kind of. If it were like fall, maybe.
Yeah.
But even then, like, I don't know, like sleeping on the dirt on the floor, like.
See, even like the
glamping and then at the same time, like anytime you go fucking camping, somehow there's sand everywhere.
Because of all the little makeshift beaches people make at like the RV resorts and shit.
Listen,
too.
Erie,
Oh
Pennsylvania,
God.
2 thumbs fucking down.
Oh my God, you're
at
terrible.
the KOA. Fuck that place. Fuck. I mean, they had nice bathrooms. They had real nice bathrooms. It was very nice and cool in there.
So we're never doing a Guns and Gory podcast from Erie.
Nope. Maybe from Erie, but not fucking camping there.
Oh my god.
Give me like AC.
I've never went camping in Erie.
I'll go camping with you if I have AC.
Well, so I've been glamping with your mom and stepdad and Micah.
Yeah.
But do you remember that at all?
No.
Okay, so
What was it, like Planetubing or something?
Yeah, it was up that way.
They never brought me. I wasn't cool. I was like the redheaded stepchild.
I forget. Yeah, except and then I got to go though.
Yeah.
So
they're like, we'll just replace you with Marky.
so we went and we had a little bit of fun, but they closed the pool early, and me and Micah didn't like that. So we tried our damnedest 2 nights in a row to break into the pool. Because we figured...
Like, why didn't you do it?
Oh, because it was locked down. Like, that...
You can't
we didn't
climb a fence?
Oh, no. It was an indoor pool.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
okay.
I left that detail out. I apologize, Steve, and the listeners, too. So, yeah, it was an indoor... Because I forgot you never went there. I didn't know that you never went there until just now.
No, I never went to Planetubing with them.
But, yeah,
I think I might have once, but it was never overnight.
So we did that, and, like, we saw like a couple other kids the whole time, and they were like younger than us. So we were like, yeah. But the only other thing we did was there was a phone room, and we hung out in the phone room, and Micah asked every adult he saw for a cigarette, and nobody gave him one. Nobody gave him one.
Sure.
This was back when we still looked like kids. Like,
I mean, come on, that kid ate a cigarette.
Yeah. And I think this was after that. No, this might have been before that.
Probably
before
was,
that. Yeah. So he was fiending the whole time, and we were in the phone room, and we were calling back here, talking to you, talking to Jessica, talking to everybody else, like, because we were bored out of our minds, and we didn't want to sit in the little cabin, this little tiny home cabin.
Now I have a question, real quick. Did you get sand in all of your shit somehow?
No.
Isn't there sand around there somewhere?
No.
I
You
feel
know,
like
we
there
went to
is.
the spillway.
With the fucking fish.
I had an amazing... Yeah, I was going to say, I had an amazing lake experience with your brother.
You know what? Oh, did you guys let the carp suck you off?
No.
Are you sure?
We were being dicks and getting the
why
ones...
Why did you say it like that?
We were getting the ones... Because there's no carps getting sucked... No, listen, Mark. The thing is this, I think Micah's probably would fit into like a bass or like, you know, something with like one of the little holes, but you know, we don't need to get into the logistics behind it. You know, it's like one of my favorite jokes. It's one of my favorite jokes. Did you know that when chickens have sex, they die?
What?
Yeah, the one I fucked did.
Oh, I heard that.
I like that joke a lot.
Chicken fucker.
I would never fuck a chicken, but it is pretty funny. No, my favorite is when people feed chickens to chickens.
Yeah,
and they don't know, and then they realize it, and I'm like, oh, that's terrible. You make them feel bad.
My chicken loves chicken nuggets from McDonald's. Well, then there's people who don't know that chicken is like what you eat. Or like these younger kids don't even. It's like, oh, they don't know beef is cow.
Yeah. Or
like,
venison. Yeah, venison is
like, I'm not eating a cow. Like, yeah, you are.
I had an idiot family member tell me that you can be a vegetarian and still eat chicken.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, no.
How does that work?
I want to know how that works. No, the answer is no to that. I'm not a very worldly man, but I know that's wrong.
An animal still dies.
Right. I'm like, chicken counts. Chicken and fish count.
Well, now if you eat if you only fish though, it's called a pescatarian. Sounds like a religion.
It sounds delicious. Yeah.
But I thought it was a religious for the fucking longest time. I'm like, oh, okay, it's just one of them other weird ass religions.
Yeah. It sounds like something from Star Wars. Right? Like, oh yeah. Sometimes.
No, I thought it was just like a sect of Christianity. We got all kinds of different, you know.
Right. Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
So what?
I used to go camping every year when I was a kid. We went to New Braunfels, Texas. That's like about 45 minutes to an hour outside of San Antonio.
Yeah.
Actually, good childhood memories, except for the time Micah tried to bash my head in with a rock.
Oh, yeah. You talked about that before.
That was at Canyon Lake when we were camping.
He should have, he Cain enabled you. He tried.
Yeah, man.
Man, I wish
hurt.
you would have thrown that
but
rock
you know
harder
what?
sometimes.
When that happened, like, I was young. I was probably like 11. This, like, really pretty lady was, like, taking care of it and helping with. So I was all like, yeah.
That reminds me of a story. The first time I got stitches.
Oh, yeah?
When I wore Red Hot Chili Pepper boxers to the doctor's appointment to get the stitches taken out.
Did the nurse suck your dick?
No, the nurse was really hot, but I was also a teenager, so my mom picked me up. This was in middle school.
Did you get a hard-on in front of this nurse?
Oh, no.
Well, then nobody gives a fuck about your story.
Hold on. This it's not as, I mean, it's more innocent than that,
some
but I still got my
scandalous.
ass beat at the end.
I need some
I get my ass beat
shit.
at the end. That's what's good.
Well, that's always a good
there we
time.
go. So
By a
listen.
lefty.
Yeah. So
that's
listen.
like me.
We go into this doctor's appointment. I'm wearing. I don't mean Red Hot Chili Peppers the band. I mean like Red Hot Chili Pepper
I
like
remember
silky
those.
boxers.
I think I remember those specific ones.
Ones that I had. Yeah, you probably see me just wearing those a few times. That's terrible to say, but yeah, I had those. And the nurse was extremely attractive.
Yeah.
Blonde, like I was completely
Did you know at this
to
point
it.
she's probably like old looking now? And
Right,
shit?
yeah. That's fine by me, but like
Your dick is still hard, so
I didn't
obviously
think
it's
anything
cool.
of it though. I was like, oh, thank goodness she's, not
Yeah.
hideous or a dude. So she's like up inside my leg, up like in her thigh, because I tried to jump a fence and I got impaled. I guess I should explain why I got the stupid. Yeah. Oh well,
You're one of those.
you were a fence hopper too. Shut up.
I didn't ever get impelled, did I?
Yeah, well,
My pants maybe a couple times.
Yeah, it was because I liked wearing Dickie shorts, man.
when you just sitting there hanging on a fucking fence post because you
no
caught the back of your pants. That sucks.
No, it wasn't that. I got ripped on. It was the I live right next to the fence that did it to me too. I don't care.
Just
I'm never
being
going
a
to jump over it.
jackass.
I'd make it over it if I jumped
I
over it
wouldn't
again.
jump
I'll tell you
over
what.
any goddamn fences now.
Right. Yeah, well, if I had to, I would. But anyhow, so my mom's already pissed because like, bless you.
Wow. That was super rude. You should learn how to control your bodily functions. Thank you.
Jeez. Oh, and then the dogs. Oh, the dogs are fighting. Get her.
You know.
Get him.
Dude, that's your ASMR for the day, guys. Sorry about that. That's probably my fault.
That's hilarious. So my mom, I didn't think anything of this nurse being hot or anything like that. As soon as we crossed the threshold outside of this doctor's office in the hoity-toity town of Beaver, my mom smacks me in the back of the head so hard that my eyes kind of crossed for a second. And she was like, you could have wore anything. You wore the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and she was a cute nurse, too. What's wrong with you? And I'm just like, I didn't notice any of that. And she wanted to smack me again because I ADHD zoned through all of that. I was like, yeah, take the stitches out of my leg. Thank you. Because they were annoying. So like, I wasn't in that zone, but boy, oh boy, did my mom think I was trying to be Casanova that day. And I did. I got smacked hard for that one.
I once had an old Russian weird guy look at my anus.
Was it Vitaly?
No, that's funny though. No, when I was in MEPS.
Listen,
For
Bert
basic.
Kreischer isn't the only one with a crazy Russian joke. Ours is just more
man.
homegrown.
Listen, this guy, he's funny. And not in a good way.
No.
So, so when I was in MEPS for basic training, or before basic training, the doctor they had there, it was for the longest time. I wouldn't be surprised if he was still there. He just
Still
had
looking
us
at
all,
buttholes. Yeah.
crab walking naked and like fucking like bend over, and he's like with a flashlight like checking in our buttholes. Like,
It's weird.
yeah, it was probably the most violated I ever felt.
I don't know if I have.
I mean,
anything
I
like
think
that.
I've felt more violated at this point in my life, probably.
Yeah, but that's like in a controlled environment,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
but I haven't had no old Russian weird guys look in my butthole ever again. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like not many people can say they'd had that experience.
That sounds like
But that's
something...
also not really an experience I think most people want. I'm sure there's some people who get off on that, though.
I feel like it's a pillar of who you are.
What, if you can...
Yeah, it's not like load bearing, but it's just like this weird pillar of like...
That's like the
house
basis of
Marky.
my personality.
Yeah, it's
that
having your
some
butthole
weird
looked at
old
by a
Russian
weird Russian
guy looked at my butthole.
Mm-hmm. If he would have said like some words of wisdom to you afterward, like what do you think it
He
would
was
have been?
like, looking tight.
Looking tight, yeah. Damn.
You
What if
might want to eat more greens.
What if somebody told you that if you let them look into your butthole like that, they'd tell you how you're going to die? Would you let them do it?
Nope. I don't want to know how I'm going to die.
Why?
Why would you want that stress, that anxiety of knowing that your time is coming?
Do you really want to know what?
But even at the same time, though, like...
Do you really want to know what my idiot brain compares that to?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You know how when you're in a movie theater, and you're watching a movie that's okay, but you kind of gotta pee,
Yeah.
and you wish so bad that you could just shake your mouse and the little bar would show up like you were watching it, or you could tap the screen.
Yeah.
Like, how much longer is this video?
Mm-hmm.
That's how, like, the fucked up things that have happened to me in my life, that's how I feel about everything. Is
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind knowing how much longer is left.
See, I do that a lot when we're recording the podcast because I can't wait to get to the end.
Get to the fucking end.
Because then I don't have to see your fucking face again for a week.
That's a lie. A
Man,
hard lie.
I said I was
We have
gonna start
meetings
being
all the
nice
fucking
again.
time.
I said I was going to be nice to him because he cried a little bit last time.
Ugh, what a bitch.
I'm sorry.
You cry.
I do cry.
I like the things that make you
lot.
cry.
Yeah?
Yeah, most of
Puppies.
the time I've seen you cry, it's been in pain. So, like, it's like the jackass quality. So I do enjoy watching
Tears
you
just
cry.
going down my face
Oh,
while
yeah.
I'm, like, fucking bleeding out.
Pretty much. I mean, similar, ask, you know. No, the ranty. No, when like your like friend. No, that's happened. Don't make his persona make it seem
you
like
think
he's never
anybody
cried
ever-
like a man.
Do you
Alrighty.
think anybody's ever used blood as a lubricant?
Absolutely.
Like, to beat
Absolute-
off? And, like,
Yeah.
so,
There's
like,
a
there's
whole
just, like,
porn
some...
genre.
That's a yeah.
So there's just, like... Well, you know what? I dated a girl who, she wanted me to cut myself and, like,
Ew.
bleed on her while we
Ugh.
were having sex. And I said, no, why don't you do it? And she's, like, got all mad at me.
That's weird. Why did she get
Yeah.
offended?
I don't know.
Why
Like,
don't you cut yourself? I don't
she
know.
wanted
Yeah.
my blood, I guess.
Ew, no, that's how you get the.
That's how you get, like, spells cast on you and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all right
So,
with
like-
like certain alliances.
So
I
you're
have with
saying, you know what? I guess I understand why some people like having sex while the girl's on the period.
yeah, our
My
men in
whole
red.
life
Yeah.
has just fucking changed.
Yeah, the men in red. They are, boy, oh boy.
I used to work at a meat processing plant. I think I've talked about that place a couple times. And this one dude was like bragging about how he loves licking bloody vaginas.
Ew.
He's like, "Well, you don't have your red wings. You're a fucking bitch." I'm like, dude, like, what? You're fucking our boss and hits a guy. Like,
Wait a
he
minute.
was.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, like he was like
It's an
undercover
added layer
gay.
of
He had a
things.
girlfriend, but like him and the boss
She
were
was the
like
beard.
real.
Oh, they were real
Yeah,
touching
man.
peens. Yep,
Yeah.
they were docking with
But
one another.
he's like calling me a bitch
that's a weird.
because I don't lick
Wait. I want to.
bloody vaginas.
I want to point this out. It's not even the fact that it's a gay relationship at all. It's just a relationship in general.
Well, yeah, but
But the fact that it occurred at a meat place. Like
oh yeah, they
that
really
was like one of the
like
worst places I think you've ever worked.
they really
from my
packing
perspective.
that meat.
Oh yeah, they were packing fudge upstairs.
Dude, I can't imagine what
Packing
I'd
meat
do if
down.
I'm just like bringing some brisket back to a freezer and I'm just like la di da di da, and they're like he's just sucking each other's dicks.
It's like meatspin.com and you're like standing there and they're not stopping and then you realize they haven't noticed you
I have
yet,
no
and you're
problem
like,
with
"Ugh!"
gay people, by the way.
No.
I have gay friends.
Oh
and,
no. It's definitely I don't want to walk
daughter's
in on
mom
anybody.
is pretty gay. You know, I'm an advocate for that stuff.
Yeah,
but
we're-
like,
We're allies, but it's the fun aspects of it we love pointing out.
I'm gonna
much.
make fun of anything and
you know-
everything that I can.
I've told you that for a little like years ago when me and her first met. Actually, me and Joe
Yeah.
from school. Me and him got to work together again. Man, I missed him. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Him
he gave
being
real
around-
good hand jobs, huh?
No, but he was a really good friend of mine for like a long time.
I mean, I always got along with him. He
Yeah,
was a
yeah.
cool
I was
guy.
gonna say, me and you and him hung out at least a couple times
Mhm.
because like we all liked video games. We definitely talked about Zelda a lot because me and him used to talk about Zelda, and then we'd always hang out at the Eaton Park. Talk about a beach. Like in my parents' day, in this town, they used to hang out at Big Rock Park, and Big Rock Park was not a park back then. It was
Yeah.
the woods, and they just called it Big Rock.
Yeah, yeah. Because,
And
well,
so-
there's the big rock.
Right, but then in our lifetime, it became like a park.
I like going down
like
there.
it is. Oh yeah, it's
I'll,
a
like,
beautiful
get
place.
food, and, like, I just don't want to go home sometimes. Because, like,
Well, that's
it's
where
always
they
just,
hung
like,
out.
empty. Like,
Yeah, that's
it's
where they
like,
hung out
either
at night.
it's just, like, me and my dogs, or, like, me and my kid. Like, and then I don't have my kid all the time. And, like,
Yeah.
you know, my girlfriend sometimes. But a lot of times it's just me alone. So I'll go and I'll get like food at like the hot dog shop, and
There
I'll
you
just
go.
go park,
Mhm.
turn on my Pokemon Go, even though I don't play anymore, and then sit there and
Oh,
collect
no,
the
I need to
stuff.
play my Pokemon Go.
And I'll eat my food and watch the water, and watch all the assholes like freaking out to try to see an eagle.
oh, the
Like
those
people act
are-
real fucking like
Yep.
they're like really aggressive about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you see him today? Did you see him? Did you see him, buddy? And I'm like, get the fuck away from me.
There's eagles in a lot of places around here,
Yeah.
man. Like, you don't need to be as crackhead about it. Like,
Excuse
take
me
that
a
shit on the
second.
Beaver Falls side of the river. Uh-oh. There's a... You hear that, Mark?
Oh,
You hear that, Mark?
yeah.
That's all the good ideas. That's all the love she has for me.
I
Just
bet you
leaving
could
her
use
body.
snot as lubricant too, huh?
Ew! I bet that sounds very. That sounds very.
You know, it's so
weird Asian porn to me.
specific that it's probably actually a thing.
Huh?
It's so specific that it's probably actually a thing.
Yeah, oh yeah. It sounds like weird Asian porn.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean that in all
It's
good
like
ways.
the type of Asian porn that's like pixelated out.
Yeah, they
I
got
always
really
kinda thought
finite
that
with
was
that.
weird.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like they're like media laws or something like that. I've
Or
looked
is
into
it
before.
somebody's just really into the illusion?
You know what? I bet that is something that someone likes.
It
has to
guaranteed.
be.
If
Blurred
it's
out
specific like
Asian
that,
porn that's blurred
there's
out
like a
like that, yeah.
rule. It's a rule.
Yeah.
If you can think of it, it is a thing.
No, well, Rule 34 is.
Yeah, well, yeah, but
That's
that's
a little different. Yeah.
a little bit.
Conceptually,
Look up Rule 34,
look up Rule
or
34.
don't. I mean,
Look,
you'll
Rule
be
34
happier probably.
applies to everybody's mom.
You'll probably be happier if you
Yeah.
don't look it up.
No,
But
no. In your life, you need to know what Rule 34 is.
so I have a question for you. We're gonna pause for a second because I hear children. No, maybe not. So I have a question.
What's your question?
What is the weirdest thing that you ever used as lubricant?
You're not going to believe me.
Just tell me.
Hand sanitizer.
Don't that burn?
I said I didn't say I did it twice.
So did it hurt you or
Fuck
her
it.
more?
With me, it was definitely
Just go straight down the pee hole,
Yeah,
huh?
it didn't. I tried
Ooh.
to use it. Yeah, just mixed up the bottles.
So like
man.
you were just real desperate.
mixed up-
Oh,
no,
mixed
just
up the bottles. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Z-
trying to think. When I was young, I used to use like bar soap, but then it would get into the tip of the pee hole if you didn't do it right.
Pee-pee hole.
And that
Yeah,
burned
yeah.
a lot. A lot. Like don't do that. I don't recommend it.
Sex on the beach. I don't think I've ever. I can't recall what a sex on the beach even tastes like.
Oh
wait, we're getting back to the beach. We got to get back to
That's
camping.
fine.
We're
You
pretty
can
much
get
touched all the
back to-
camping stuff before.
I mean,
oh, there was that one time I saw Mark's wiener.
well, I told you we used to go every year when I was a kid, and then we'd go to the this water park called Schlitterbahn.
Schlitterbahn. It
Yeah,
sounds like
it's
yeah.
It had really good turkey legs. The one year I got like such bad sunburn, I had like huge blisters, and then I like fell out of a chair and popped them all. While my friend is like
Ew.
sitting there looking horrified, and I'm giggling like an asshole.
That's nasty.
Yeah, it was. It hurt a lot.
Did you ever see the videos of Steve-O when he got all them blisters
Yeah.
and stuff?
You should always
Them
use
popping.
sunblock.
Yeah.
I used to be like, oh no, fuck it, I just get dark. No, you should always use sunblock. You ever seen The Island of Dr. Moreau?
Mm-hmm.
I now go to the beach. When I go to the beach, I look like him, where his face was white, and he had like the big flowy.
I'm not
things
going to the beach with you.
Cover the fucking beach. Like I look like
I'm never
Dr.
going to the beach.
Maru when I go out in the sun like that. Because listen, I've had sunburn so bad that like
I've seen
it's
Aziza look like a
probably-
big red
it's
red
probably
cherry
a
tomato
surprise that I do not have melanoma.
of some sort. Yeah.
Or maybe I do and I just don't know it
don't
yet.
know it yet.
It's probably why I always hurt.
Yeah.
Or that I'm just fat and old.
Yeah.
Fat and old.
Probably.
None of your fucking business. Please don't touch me like that.
Hey, just so you know, that's $20.
20? What?
He touched you. That's $20.
What?
Yep.
What are you talking
That's
about?
how we're making the extra money for the business.
Wait, what?
He does the touching and we get money.
No.
Yeah.
That was not consensual.
That was-
What
yeah.
is this fucking, like,
Prostitution.
Amsterdam?
It's
Like,
prostitution.
oh, you touched my fucking titty, now you own... No! You touched me unwillingly.
I love it.
I don't
Hold on.
know.
I love that this has started. I didn't
I'll give you
actually. I
10.
didn't actually touch him.
I'll give you 10.
10. Okay.
Just to shut you the fuck
Just
up.
shut the fuck. That's what. That goes back to the concept of I want an OnlyFans, but I want everybody to see it and they have to pay to.
But
block it.
hand sanitizer?
Yeah, hand sanitizer, man.
Was it with you?
No.
All right, what's the weirdest thing you've ever used as lubricant?
Oh no, I don't want to know her answer.
I've never had to really.
Okay, you don't
use-
have to use lubricant. Some people like it like a slip and slide.
You're not gonna get a weird answer out of her.
Just so
then.
you know,
No.
I don't need
Yeah.
ever have
Oh,
needed.
Yeah.
okay, but
So like that's never been like a
You're
thing
not-
that was
you
like,
know
oh,
what?
I
Yeah,
need
answer
to
your
get
question.
something.
can you just go back to not being on the podcast? You're not fun anymore. You
Like
used
the
to
worst
be
would
fun.
be like lotion.
And
Like
then
that's
you,
it.
Like you yelled at me, and like it's just not.
It would
He's still
definitely
heard
be
about that.
Jergens and
He's heard about
Aquaphor.
this.
Which yelling? Which time?
Or listen, we had a friend.
Oh wait,
named,
it was the religion episode that
We
you have
had
to
a-
join our
yeah.
Patreon for.
we had a friend named Greg. Well, with Greg Jergens, we've talked about him
Yeah.
a couple times. At some
Greg will
point,
be
he's
on-
going to be on the show.
he's
And Greg Jergens probably
nailed that.
used Jergens to masturbate.
absolutely.
Jergens to jerkin.
I do remember going to his house and him having it, and he goes, "Not a word." Like he like instantly said it. I think he thought it faster than I read that it was actually a bottle
Yeah.
of Jergens.
But
I know
like,
it's spelled different, Greg too. Like I get it. I know. I'm just.
But like she just like started yelling at me and screaming
She
and like
did.
it's not fun anymore.
It isn't. It isn't.
I'm hurt.
He's-
Okay.
He's winced
I'm
every
hurt.
time. When she started blowing her nose, Mark peed a little.
What?
Yeah. Wait, you didn't?
I don't know.
That
I
must-
want to know
it-
why
maybe
your
it was
dog
me.
had his wiener out at me earlier.
That was a little strange. I don't know. Maybe he was asserting his dominance.
He's
I
good at
guess.
that.
Guess
Speaking of
that's-
Mark being hung like a hockey puck, that's part of one of my camping stories. Is Mark, you're
It's
climbing
more
up
like a-
on top of this rock
So-
in white boxers,
Well, hold
and
on.
you just seeing the outline of it, and we're like, "Ew!" And then he jumps. He like looks down. It was such a comedic moment because
So-
he looks down. He's like, "Ugh!" And he jumps in.
I did not think very hard when I was making my wardrobe choices that weekend.
Oh yeah, we were going camping.
The canoe trip was fun.
Mm-hmm. The canoe portion of it.
I would like to go kayaking on a beach. I think that would be a lot of fun. I think kayaking would be a great time, but I've never done it.
Oh, so that's definitely something we're gonna do this summer for sure.
Can
Dude,
it
'cause
the
costs like
first
$8
time?
I can find
Can
a
the
place that's
first time be
$8.
like down some like crazy rapids?
No,
just to-
we won't do anything like
No,
that.
I don't
We'll-
need to
we'll
die.
just
I'd
do it on
probably
a
get in
lake.
a lot of trouble if I died.
We could do it on a lake, or we could pay and do like a tour thing. There's all kinds of options like that around here.
I'd have
I
people
wish
like
we would have known about it when we were younger.
like if I die before like I don't know, like I'm 70. I have like there's certain people who will probably like dig me up and beat the shit out of me for dying.
Yeah, me.
It's not even just you.
You motherfucker! I don't want to do this podcast alone. You son of a bitch!
You're
I
gonna
don't
be
know
doing
how any of this
a
works.
podcast when you're 70 years old.
Hell yeah! What if it blows up?
At 70?
At 70? I don't know.
You don't want to retire at some point?
We could have
Even
like
though
a
the way I'm going, I'm probably never going to be able to
we
retire.
could have a reunion
so.
tour. Well, look at it this way. We could hand
reunion
it. We could
tour.
hand it down to our kids, and they could just follow us and record us.
Get the band
doing
back
stupid
together.
shit. Yeah, like, yeah, they could just like poke at us and fuck with us to try to get us to like talk to each other.
My
Like,
kid's
I'm not
boring.
talking
I don't
to
want to
her.
hear her talk. I'm kidding.
In the future, she's gonna be like, "You motherfucker!"
Oh man, I know
she's
I'm gonna regret
elderly
saying that.
Yeah,
now.
elderly abuse. She's gonna elderly abuse you. Just
No,
for
she
that.
already told me she's throwing me somewhere. She's not taking care of me.
It's fine.
8 years old. She's real smart.
Oh boy.
Real smart. She's like, no, I'll take care of mommy.
She knows who's always gonna love her.
Yeah. I will always listen. I spoil
I knew you were gonna say it
the
once I said
fuck
that.
out of this child.
Mm-hmm. You can't win it back, man.
No, it's
No.
it's whatever.
No, it's okay.
So
Daddy's girl stuff will come
yeah.
back around. At least she's not gonna have daddy issues.
that's
High five.
very
Very
true.
nice.
Yeah,
There we
stop
go.
touching me. Now I owe
he
you
went
another
for the high
$20.
Yeah, that's a full. Oh, you.
Well,
yeah.
so I mean, I obviously owe some money now. So
To
you
make
know,
up
we
for
have a
that.
Patreon.
Yeah.
You could join. $2 for the lowest tier. You get a lot of stuff.
A lot of
If you
stuff.
pay a little bit more money, you actually get physical items, and I promise it's not like
There are cool
a bag of
stickers
dog
coming.
shit. Like,
Yeah, there are cool stickers
Yeah.
coming of like.
well, we
episode
have what
stuff
3 stickers already.
And, yep.
So like our $5 tier, you'll get a couple of each sticker. If you're early enough, we'll actually throw in some extra stuff. Our $10
better.
our $10 tier, you get spoiled by us. You know, you get personalized letter. Honestly, if anybody gets the $10 tier, we're probably gonna spoil the fuck out of you too,
Yeah.
because
Like the first
that's, like,
person that
special.
does the
yeah,
$10
yeah.
tier one. Yeah.
So and recently, so we now can give out free trials to Patreon, and we're probably gonna do it in like a maybe like a competition or something like that. I've been kind of setting some things up
We'll
for
have to see.
some things in the future to possibly win prizes and stuff like that, but I have to set it up a little bit more to be able to actually do anything yet. So
Right. We've had our
but
creative
we have-
juices flow.
yes,
juices
we
flowing.
have
Yeah.
we have plans coming up. We're about to do a video dump on our Patreon. We're about to add a bunch of stuff onto it. We already have quite a few things. We just put up a featurette, another one, kind of a precursor to
A Kokomo.
Kokomo and beaches.
The beach episode. I had to get my beach episode. I actually want to pay a little bit of respect to the TikToker that I kind of stole the episode about.
The beach episode.
Like, I mean, the
You
whole beach
stole
episode.
the beach episode from somebody else.
No, because like,
'Cause
even,
I don't
like,
think
Saved
this
by
could
the
be
Bell had a
plagiarism.
beach episode. Saved by the
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's
I
like
guess
that's
so.
where it was from.
You know,
Like,
I
he
actually
brought
used
it
to
back
kind
up
of be
my
into
head.
those like old beach movies
I
because the girls
know.
were really fucking hot.
Yeah, I thought that for a little while, and then I saw.
I think it was actually like the one girl was in like a bunch of them, and I just had a thing for her. But I'm not sure. It's been so long.
Right.
But no, I'd go to the beach. It's not too bad.
We'll find
As
a
long
new
as you
beach.
don't have like sand and salt water and jellyfish,
I want to go to that
weird
beach.
dudes beating off under the piers.
Oh,
Which, that's like
uh,
everywhere. Like weird homeless people having sex and shit under the piers.
Well,
and-
I like Venice Beach. Like, I love Venice Beach, and that's the homeless people are kind of part of the vibe.
They just like a big fucking pile of wieners.
No, well, I mean, I've always thought about it from an actual like, if I were homeless and had nothing perspective, like,
Mhm.
where would you rather be? Yeah, California's kind of it, man.
I guess a lot of people go to Hawaii,
Yeah, they probably got an issue with that.
and then you know
I've never been to
you're
Hawaii,
stuck in Hawaii. Yeah, I hear it's not as great as everybody says it is.
No. At least on like the living
Yeah.
side of things, I've heard good things about
Yeah,
like,
well,
resorts and everything.
of
like
course,
that.
and that's the thing. Most tourist vacation areas, stuff like that, you don't want to be there permanently.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be there for your week or two, maybe a month, and then you want to get the fuck out of there because the other seasons in most of those areas are fucking insane. Right? I mean, am I
Pretty
wrong?
much, yeah.
Like, oh, let's see, our whole town was taken out by a hurricane last week.
Mm-hmm. And that's actually. Did you ever see the movie? We talked a little bit earlier about Jack Black movies.
Mm-hmm.
A Jack Black movie that reminded me of this is. Did you ever see I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
I think so.
Where they
yes.
win the thing and they go to the resort and it's hurricane season. We need to watch that movie because that movie was actually kind of good.
Speaking of, we still need to do the video of us watching a movie.
We need to figure these things out.
See, this is the problem. We all have like full-time jobs, so it's sometimes it's hard to get stuff done. Like, I mean, you know, this episode is gonna be like 3 or 4 days late because
just like 2.
Life 2. I plan on getting it out tonight. So if I can, I'm gonna get it out on the Patreon tonight, and then it's gonna be out tomorrow, which for you guys is the 24th. 25th is tomorrow. So if it doesn't come out on the 25th, call me a fucking liar in our comments.
Yep, in the comments.
And I will send you some stickers.
Yep. So here's the other thing. Our last closing thing.
Okay.
Are you excited about what the next episode
is?
Dude,
we've been talking about like sand and beaches, like some of my least favorite things in the world.
We're doing an entire episode about our best friend, Jessica.
That is true. Our next episode
is all about you. It's all about you, Jessica. Here it comes.
Here it comes.
It's gonna be monumentous.
It is. It's gonna be gigantic.
She's going to be like, you can't tell this story. Don't tell this story.
I'm gonna tell any story I want. Are you gonna tell this story?
Which story?
You know what? It doesn't even matter. She's not even gonna hear this until after it's released because this lady, who is like our creative department, is like 3 episodes behind.
Yep.
Our creative department, our own team.
So we're making a whole episode about her.
Yeah. So we're
It's gonna be awesome. Another high five.
Yeah. She'll hear it like
he
next
touched
month
me again,
sometime.
this dumbass.
God, sucks. I have to go wash my hands.
Well, this is Nick.
And this is Mark.
And this was the Guns and Gory podcast.
You didn't even
episode.
get... What the fuck, man? Let her fucking talk, you fucking cunt!
She's blowing her nose again. You ready for it?
So this is...
Nick.
And this is Mark.
And I'm Z.
And this
is the Guns and Gory podcast.
Thank you.
You couldn't wait like 30 more seconds.
Or wait forever.
Well, hello. This is Z, and you guys have been listening to the Guns and Gory podcast. Written and produced by Mark Hodge and Nick Parrish. Audio engineering by Mark Hodge. Recorded in Fat Boy Studios via Sir Nicky's Love Castle. Media manager is me, Z. We'd like to thank all of our friends and family for the amazing support and all of you awesome people listening in. Please join our Patreon for fun extras and behind the scenes with the guys. You can find us at patreon.com/gunsandgory. That is guns, ANDGORY. You can also find us on the Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube at Guns and Gory. Thank you so much for listening, and please comment, like, share, subscribe, have a few carrier pigeons. We'll take them all.